Welcome to Kangaroos, another episode, Rachel. How are ya?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We're going to talk a little bit about gift giving. But first, what is our question of the day?
Our question of the day is, what is the best gift that you've received? Ever received?
Ever. How about the most memorable gift? When I was little bitty, I was in kindergarten or first grade, I got a cap gun that looked like a six-shooter, like an old Western. I was a cowboy growing up. And man, I carried that holster and cap gun just about everywhere I could. And so I recall that being a really, really fun gift. What about you?
When my mom's parents, I was close to both sets of grandparents, but I am the oldest grandchild on both sides because, of course, first and best. And when my grandmother passed away, my grandfather took the diamond out of her original engagement ring and gave it to me on a necklace. And that was really special. And it was actually the diamond in my engagement ring. So that was a good gift.
That's really fun. I'm all right with you being first and best because I'm the last and favorite.
Sure.
Which I don't know which is better.
That's what they tell all the last
right.
kids.
What is our challenge of the week?
After today's episode, think of one person that you can give a gift to and do your best to make it extra special. We'll talk about what makes a good gift. It doesn't mean expensive, but it means thoughtful. Pick a person that you can bless this season.
This week, we are talking about gift giving. And obviously, with the holidays upon us, gift giving is on our mind, but there are plenty of reasons to give gifts. Birthdays or anniversaries. I dare say that one of us on this podcast is an excellent gift giver, and it's not me. But I have received gifts because it's a random Tuesday or just because gifts, and those are a whole lot of fun. So gifts.com tells us that people dislike gifts that are suited more for the giver than the receiver. I think that's a bit obvious, but most also dislike gifts that they have no use for or no thought was put into them. So let's walk through some ideas on what might be a good gift.
I have a caveat.
I love your caveats.
I think that's true to a degree. But I also love getting a gift card or cash.
Oh, sure.
So I think people think that's not thoughtful, but actually sometimes that's the most thoughtful, depending on who's giving the gift.
Or where the gift card is to.
Where the gift card is to, or like if you know that they won't spoil themselves, but if they have the cash to do it from someone else and they feel less guilty about spending money on themselves. I don't know. Anyway, there's my caveat. It can be thoughtful, even if it feels like it's not. I'd rather someone give me cash or a gift card than something that I'm never going to use, or if they don't know, I'm going to really love it. So there's my caveat for the morning.
The first of many caveats. Okay, so number one, just thoughtful gifts. Rachel just alluded to it. What is something that is unique about the person that you're giving the gift to? Is there a personality trait or a quirk that might cause them to receive this gift differently or better? What is something that you love about this person that is different from anyone else? Lean into those kinds of gifts. Make it thoughtful for the person.
Yes. In that same vein of thinking, be intentional. Put effort into it. So if it's an inside joke you share with someone or a story that accompanies this gift, a scavenger hunt, which is very creative, but basically turning the gift into a memory will make it even more special.
When I got my stereo in junior high from my parents, they wrapped up, stereo is good size, especially in
the one where you call the radio station and you put a tape in and you wait for your song to come on to record it.
That is when I grew up. Yep. Asteria was a big box, and they ended up wrapping the first clue of a scavenger hunt in a tiny box. And so I was thrown off the scent, picking that tiny little box at the end, and like, oh, okay, well, I guess I didn't get a stereo, and then going on the scavenger hunt for it. Okay, so number 3, merging 2 ideas into a gift. Does your dad like to play golf and fish? So maybe you could find a fishing lure that looks like a golf ball or a flag stick, or maybe you find a fish head cover for his new driver. Those are some creative ways to take 2 ideas and put them into one singular gift.
I was just thinking about what a fish driver head cover would look like.
Yeah.
Like, would it be like a bass? A catfish?
Would it go mouth down, or is the head sticking
tail up?
Yeah.
Like which? I'm gonna Google that. You might get that in your stocking for Christmas.
I'm not a very good fisherman. Okay, next one, sentimental gifts. So this one, I'm gonna read this one because this is my story. So, is there something special between the 2 of you? So, one of the most sentimental gifts I gave my wife was our first dance at our wedding. I found the vinyl of that and gave it to her. I framed the vinyl, and it was a really sweet, sentimental token of something that reminded us of our wedding.
That's sweet.
Thanks.
So kind.
I've
great.
used that one now, and so I need gift ideas. So
well,
I'm going to be reading this list.
Surprise gifts. Do you love surprise? Some people don't love surprises. Some people can't wait for their surprise. So if they know something's coming, Evan, if you're listening, they'll like pester you to death until you because they want you to tell them, and hold strong. Don't tell them. Or do you love surprises? There's your question. Another question of the day. I'm asking you.
I do love surprises. I recently had a surprise party thrown for me, and I was just baffled, one, of the people that showed up, and then the sweet, sentimental side of throwing a surprise party. It was very, very kind. And so, shock and awe. Shock and awe is a fun way to give a gift.
All right. Next is personalized gifts. You can add a monogram or a name or initials. Check your spelling just as a happy little reminder. Although I think it'd be kind of hilarious to get something with my name spelled wrong, but some people might not have that sense of humor. So make sure the spelling is correct. I think we see things that are very sentimental, like if you had a family member pass away, a lot of people will frame something in that handwriting. I have talked about ravioli on this podcast many times, and my aunt actually sent me a copy of my grandmother's handwriting, like the recipe written out by my grandmother that I have ready to be framed to hang in my kitchen. So I think those kinds of things are really special. Are the secrets in that recipe? I'll have to redact those. Just okay. So yes, they are.
Okay, next time I'm there, I might be taking a picture of it.
I will say you don't have the touch, like the meme that's like how, well, I think you and I are actually similar in this, but like the meme that goes around that says something like, it's hard for me to give you a recipe because I just listen for the whispering of my ancestors for how much garlic should go in. Basically, like, it's a guide, but there's some like tricks you learn making it, or just like, I just season it until I think it tastes good. And I couldn't tell you how many shakes of garlic or onion powder or whatever went in there. I just kept shaking and tasting. And like, anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for gifts. So
My grandmother, famously similar to you, made granny rolls, and she never measured anything. It was always by, eyesight and touch. And when she wrote out the recipe for all of the spouses of the family, she left out ingredients, and no one has the same recipe. And so we have tried for years trying to recreate granny rolls, and no one has been able to do it yet. So,
yeah, there is one thing in our family recipe that it originally calls for that I refuse to use, but I'm not going to say what that is on this. Maybe if you're really nice, I'll tell you later, but
always nice. All right. Next one. No gift at all. So if you're anything like my household, we've already got too much stuff. We are trying to rid our house of all of the junk that's already in it, but we always can use more experiences. So a nice dinner or a fun concert or something to go do together. A fun afternoon at the botanical garden would be really, really fun. All of the things planned out, experiences over things, at least for us right now. That's what we want.
Okay, I think we need to wrap a little differently today because we've talked about what makes a great gift, but now we're going to be talking about local businesses to purchase from and some gift ideas instead of a local question of the day.
Great.
I love shopping local for lots of reasons. I would much rather give someone that's in my community and impacting my community my money. One. Two, I think that generally local business owners are really looking to serve the people that live within their community really well. And so a lot of times their product or service offerings are much more thoughtful. And so the chances of you having a really great gift increase because it's already there and in your little local area. So I broke these down into categories. I'm sure we'll get into discussions, and I'm sure I've left things out, but that's not intentional. For the person who loves their home, there are a few different shops I love to go to. One is Whippoorwill Road. Try to say that 5 times fast. She has an online shop, so if you Google that, it'll come up. And she also has little booths in different mercantile places around town. But she is a friend. I know how hard she works to shop for things that she knows people will like. And a lot of the things that she carries are really pretty but functional. So it's maybe it's a kitchen tool instead of just being something plastic and junky looking, it's really pretty. Or locally made candles that smell really good. And I am judgy when it comes to candle scents. They smell really clean. And even if they're scented, they don't smell like fake scented. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. There's a difference. And I think everything's pretty reasonable and she runs really good sales. So just as an FYI, there's a place on the square in Murfreesboro called the Marketplace Home and Gift. They have everything from furniture to just gift items in general, jewelry, all sorts of things. And they're connected. It's like a little strip that's all connected inside and outside. And they have a lot of local things. So it might be prints of the area, different little towns within Middle Tennessee. They might have it printed on a pillow or a tea towel or a mug or whatever. So I think for realtors that are looking for gifts for new clients, that's a fun place to go. They also have really just pretty stuff. And I always like going in there for inspiration. And one in Franklin that we both really appreciate. I'll let you say it since you're the Franklin.
Since I go there often. Onyx and Alabaster, man, it's a great coffee shop, first off, but their home decor sets it apart.
Yeah, I'd move in if they let me in. That wasn't weird, but
I think it would be weird, and I don't think they'll let you. It smells so good in there. It is a great, great little local place. It's on the square in downtown Franklin. Super friendly staff. They have design consultants. So if you can't pick something, they've got people there to help you pick it all out. Great little place.
Yeah. Agreed. There are lots of places in town that sell really pretty things. I know, like, if you go to Nolensville, there are several little shops right in the little, I say downtown, the little
They're one
strip.
street. Yeah.
They're one street, the main street in Nolensville Road, that have a lot of really pretty things that are locally based. So lots of different things, but I really prefer to shopping those types of shops versus maybe the Amazons and Targets. Not that those are bad and necessary, but when I can, I do shop local. Okay. Gifts for the person who always does things for someone else. So we talk about Glam House Skin a lot. They've been a sponsor on our podcast. But they really do have lots of self-care type services. So for the mom or sister or friend or wife or whoever who is always running herself ragged, doing things for everyone else, it's a great gift, a gift card, because then she can pick whatever type of relaxation she wants to enjoy. If it's a male in your life, similarly, there is a place in Murfreesboro on the square called Woods Viking Barbershop. I have gotten my husband gift cards there. They do like the whole, it's like not just a haircut, it's a whole experience. The guys there are really funny and really kind. They do a lot within the community. So I always like to give back to people who are always giving back to the place that they work in, like the town. Take my sons there. I'm really particular about my boys' haircuts. I feel like not everyone knows how to cut male hair, which feels weird, but I'm particular about it. So that's always fun. I don't know as well the places in Franklin for men. So maybe Andrew has a suggestion on where to visit.
Yeah. One of our favorite places is a Moment's Peace. It's a spa here in town. I have purchased many a gift card to there. It is a place to go and just get a massage or a facial and relax for a little bit.
For people who really want to give gifts, but then don't or are unable to spend a lot of money, sometimes the gifts to a spa or any of those places can get pricey. So I think there are ways to serve your friends / spouse, etc., that don't involve tons of money. So plan a day of rest for that person, offer to take their kids so that they can have a day to do whatever they might want to do. That is a huge gift. My friend recently literally just told me to take a day of vacation, and she planned the whole day. And she was like, I'm going to plan the day, take the day off work. And I was so thrilled that I cried. Like, it was so special. And it was great to not have to think about what to do with my day off. Instead of being like, I have a day and I need to do all the things on my list, it was like, oh no, I have a day and someone else is planning rest, which was great. Okay.
For the coffee lover that is in your life, there are a lot of really great local coffee shops in and around the Nashville area. Some of our favorites: Honest Coffee in the Factory in Franklin, Curio Brewing Company, Highbrow, Red Bicycle, Mama's Java in Nolensville, Brass Horn in Murfreesboro, 8th and Roast downtown, Frothy Monkey all over the city, First Sip Coffee Roasters in Mount Juliet. I also have a cat.
That's the first time I've heard her on the podcast.
Black Press Coffee in Hendersonville, Elixir in downtown, Crema, so good. Crema was, I think, the very first coffee shop that I went to when I moved to town. So
Barista Parlor. See, we keep listing these,
so many good
and
ones.
I keep thinking of more that aren't on our list, but that's, again, unintentional. It's just when I was making the list, I was trying to think. Now they're coming to me.
A few weeks ago, the red cup came out at Starbucks, and I saw a line for over an hour for a cup of coffee because of a red cup. Starbucks is fine, but
it's
goodness
fine.
Gracious,
it has
go to a local place.
Been convenient at times to go to Starbucks when I'm in an area
if
that
you
might
want actually good coffee.
Starbucks is convenient. They have the internet So if you have to have a meeting somewhere in between somewhere else, sometimes that works. I don't want to hate on Starbucks. Like, it serves a purpose. Again, I just prefer to shop local. I think if you're trying to give a gift card or a gift to someone that doesn't live in your town and you're not familiar with the local places they might like, then Starbucks is a great option. Like, stick a gift card in an email or a stocking. I mean, I could find something to drink at Starbucks because I love coffee.
That's right. Gifts are people who love to eat. Who is the foodie in your family? I love to eat. We like to spend our money on fun restaurants. Now, we don't do it all the time, but that is one way we like to spend our money. So if there is a person in your life that also likes good food, find a gift card for your favorite restaurant and introduce them to new foods or new types of foods. It's an incredibly kind way to show up with a favorite meal at their door if you don't want to get a gift card. And so if you've got a social introvert, then
that's me. It's me. It's
and you do love people in your house. You're a great host.
Well, thank you. I do love people at home. My people give me a lot of life. It's when I have to be with lots and lots and lots of people.
Anyone else?
That's not true. It's situational, okay? Stop picking on me.
All right. What if you don't want to spend any money or you can't spend any money? First off, some of my favorite gifts I've ever received were the homemade gifts because those are the thoughtful, intentional gifts. So the most heartfelt ones are irreplaceable.
Agreed. It can be a baked good. So we have a friend who recently gifted us with homemade cinnamon rolls. Erin is the best, and those were delicious. And I shared with my family, even though I didn't want to. A homemade ornament that alludes to an inside joke. Those are fun. We have a pretty tree at our house, and then we have our family tree, and the family tree is my kid's favorite, but I think it's my favorite because all the stuff that goes on there has a memory attached to everything. So that's fun. I have an idea, but I can't give it away. So I'll have to come back after Christmas and tell you how it went over with people. I don't know if it's mainstream to talk about love languages, but mine, I think that's pretty well known, right? The two things that are the highest things for me are quality time and acts of service. So gifts to me are if you know something is on my list of things and you do it without me having to ask, you immediately earn points. Or just someone giving up their time, because that is something that is precious and you don't get more of that. You can make more money. You can't make more time. So when someone spends time with me, that's very special. All right. We alluded to this last one because we are not stuff lovers.
I don't need any more stuff.
Clutter and stuff. It has to be the right stuff. And it has to be I want to bring it into my home. But generally, that is not a very long list of things. So if you are a parent or just don't want more stuff in your house, experiences are really special. So our family is given a membership to the zoo every year, which we love because we have lots of children who like to burn off energy. And so when we don't have things planned, which is more rare now because sports, but when we don't have things planned and we have a few hours to burn and don't want to stay in the house, it's great to be able to go to the zoo in Nashville and just knock out an hour or two. We don't feel like we have to stay all day to earn the tickets that we spent the money on. It's oh, we can come and go. We can ride the rides. We can go to one part of the zoo and look at the animals the kids want to see that day. And then we can leave and go eat lunch, or we can leave after it gets crowded or whatever and come back the next weekend if we want to do that. We really did that a ton when the kids were little. It's really convenient. The Adventure Science Center is fun. It's indoors. So if you're worried about weather, that's always a fun option. Memberships are available there. Active families or older kids, climb Nashville, climb Murfreesboro. Is there a climb in Franklin?
There's not, but also the crag is around. And I think about like all the trampoline parks that have
Like
memberships.
Urban Air or whatever
Mhm.
those are. Yeah. Yes. Trampoline parks make me nervous, but yes. I mean,
Same.
I
Same,
also
same.
let my kids scale a 40-foot wall. They're hooked to ropes though. So, whatever. Or tickets to sporting events. So our family loves sports. Nashville has no shortage of those. We love going to the Preds or the Sounds. So
We
stuff
received like dance lessons, ballet lessons for
Yeah.
my little daughter, hip hop dance lessons. So there's lots of out of the box
Experiential
ideas.
things. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
where you're not having to give stuff.
That's right.
I also think that we've received like little trips.
Mhm.
So I think this is a different type of gift. It might be, if you're
Rock
spending
City,
more,
going to the
Rock
waterfalls.
City or like Gatlinburg, like deciding instead of a gift, like an actual thing that as a family you're going to go do something. So last year we all, instead of big gifts, we did a couple of little things, but we all went to Park City and we skied as a family, like extended family, on Christmas morning. That was really fun. Like my kids still talk about it. They ask if we're doing that again this year. Like they could care less about. I mean, it's really like you think kids are really going to care about opening something. And we did give like a couple of small things, but the thing that they are so excited about and still want to do is the ski trip with everyone. So those are the memories.
We'd love to hear what your greatest gift or your favorite gift that you've received. So DM us at Andrew Hudson, at Rachel Shaver, or kangaroost_social. We'll get it to us.
Correct. All right. Happy gift giving. Don't forget to give us a Christmas gift by rating and reviewing the podcast.
I see what you did there.
But
share it with your friends.
Yeah. 5 stars only.
Again, if it averages out, so you give Rachel 10 and you give me 0, that's fine. Average out to 5 stars. Great.
Correct.
Also, if you're a real estate agent and you want to sign up for what Kangaroost offers, which is a month's worth of share squares, captions, hashtags, a plan, everything that you would need to have a good social media feed, it's $65 a month.
But we have a discount code because what would we be if we didn't offer a gift? So first month, 50. First month are the words spelled out, and then 50 gets you 50% off your first month subscription.
That's great. Happy gift giving. Rachel, great to see you. Happy Wednesday. And we'll see you next week.
Wednesday morning, 4:45 a.m.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Bye.